Hi, today we're looking at converting between metric units. Be sure to watch my video entitled Understanding the Language of the Metric System before trying this video. So in the last video, we learnt the meaning of the prefixes kilo, centi and milli. Kilo meant 1,000, centi meant 1/100 and milli meant 1/1000. So I've put that information into a conversion chart. This one's for metric units of length. Now my base measurement for length is the metre. We learnt that kilo meant 1,000 of the base unit. Okay, so that means there are 1,000 metres in 1 kilometre. And how we use this chart is, if we've got 1 kilometre, we put in the number 1 here, we multiply it by 1,000 and we get 1,000 out. So that's going to be converted my 1 kilometre into 1,000 metres. We learnt that centi meant 1/100. So a centimetre is 1/100 of a metre. Therefore there are 100 centimetres in 1 metre. So if we've got 1 metre, we put 1 in here, we times it by 100 and we get 100 out. So 1 metre is equal to 100 centimetres. We also learned that milli meant 1/1000. So there are 1,000 millimetres in 1 metre. If we have 1 metre that we wish to convert, we put 1 in here, we multiply it by 1,000 and we get 1,000 out. So we can say that 1 metre is 1,000 millimetres. Okay, you will also notice in here that I can convert from metres, I can multiply by 100, and then I can multiply that by 10 and convert to millimetres. That's because multiplying by 100 and then multiplying by 10 is the same as multiplying by 1,000. So I can see here then that there are 10 millimetres in 1 centimetre. 1 multiplied by 10 is 10. So my rule is I multiply the larger unit to get the smaller unit, or the number I have of the larger unit. Okay, so let's see how that works in practice. I've got 2 kilometres here and I want to convert to metres. And I can see over here I need to multiply by 1,000. So I put my 2 in. 2 multiplied by 1,000 is 2,000. So I can tell that there are 2,000 metres in 2 kilometres. Let's try another one. Metres converting to centimetres. So I put this number here through. So I've got 3.6 multiplied by 100 is 360. So I can see there are 360 centimetres in 3.6 metres. Okay, now let's try one from metres to millimetres. 0.5 of a metre. So I put my 0.5 in here. I multiply by that by 1,000, and 0.5 multiplied by 1,000 is 500. So I can see there are 500 millimetres in 0.5 metres. Now, I can see how I convert my larger unit to my smaller unit. But what happens if I'm given a smaller unit and I want to convert it to a larger unit? Well, I have to undo this multiplying. I need to work back against the arrow. So to undo a multiplication, we divide. So I must divide from the smaller unit to get to the larger unit. Okay, let's look at this one. I've got metres and I want to convert to kilometres. So metres to kilometres is going back against this arrow. So I have to undo this multiplying by 1,000. So I must have to divide. So I'm going to put my 5,200 in here. I'm going to divide by 1,000 and I get 5.2. So there are 5.2 kilometres in 5,200 metres. Okay, now I've got 351 centimetres and I want to convert it to metres. Centimetres to metres. I'm going against the arrow, so I need to divide. So 351 divided by 100 is 3.51. There are 3.51 metres in 351 centimetres. Now this one's millimetres, converting to the larger unit centimetres. So I'm going against this multiply by 10 arrow, so I need to divide by 10. So 7 divided by 10 is 0.7. There are 0.7 centimetres in 7 millimetres. Now I've got my conversion chart for metric units of mass. My base unit of mass is the gram. So we know that a kilogram is 1,000. So there are 1,000 grams in a kilogram. So if I've got 1 kilogram, 1 multiplied by 1,000 gives me 1,000. There are 1,000 grams in 1 kilogram. You know that milli meant 1/1,000. So there must be 1,000 milligrams in 1 gram, because 1 multiplied by 1,000 is 1,000. Let's try this one. I've got grams and I want to convert to milligrams. So I put my 1.2 in here. 1.2 multiplied by 1,000 gives me 1,200. So there are 1,200 milligrams in 1.2 grams. This time I've got kilograms and I want to convert all the way down to milligrams. So if I look at my conversion chart, I can see that I put the number in here and multiplied by 1,000, and I would have converted that to grams. And if I then multiply by 1,000 again, I've converted that number to the number of milligrams. So I have to multiply by 1,000 and multiply by 1,000 again. So let's try that with this number. 0.04 multiplied by the first 1,000 here gives me 40. So I know that 0.04 kilograms is 40 grams. Now I'm going to put that 40 through again, and I'm going to multiply by 1,000 again. So 40 multiplied by 1,000 is 40,000. So now I know there are 40,000 milligrams in 0.04 kilograms. Okay, now let's have a look at it with the metric units of volume. Now my base unit here is the litre. We know that centi means 1/100, so there are 100 centilitres in 1 litre. 1 multiplied by 100 is 100. And we have the millilitre here, and we know that milli means 1/1000. So there are 1,000 millilitres in 1 litre. 1 multiplied by 1,000 gives me 1,000. So I've got 3.5 litres, and I want to convert to centilitres. So I put my 3.5 in here. 3.5 multiplied by 100 is 350. So there are 350 centilitres in 3.5 litres. This time I've got millilitres and I'm converting to centilitres, so the smaller unit to the larger unit. So I'm going back against this arrow, so I know I need to divide in this direction. So 18 divided by 10 is 1.8. There are 1.8 centilitres in 18 millilitres.